Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Hey everybody, what's up? Master King JC here, the Annie Gaming Nexus, back again to give you guys another episode of MangaZone. I know this review is a little bit late. That's because I want to do a translation comparison check with the Scanlation and the official Viz translation version, which comes out today on Monday. But from what I see, there's not really much of a difference in translation for the most part. Like, there's not really anything that really stands out as being drastically different from both sides, but it's still pretty much the same, as it all adds up. But I think I might want to do my reviews from now on Monday, just to you know, so I don't have to try and do a translation comparison a few days later. But I don't know, I'm still thinking about that. Let me guys know how you would feel about that, if you want to see reviews on Monday or just keep it on Thursday when the Scanlation comes out. So without further ado, this is One Piece chapter 853, Not Here. And this is pretty much a transition chapter for the most part. It's not really anything exciting, it's not really anything mind-blowing, but it is a good chapter in its own right because of like 3 important factors to take into account. Number 1, the revelation with Big Mom and Roger. Number 2, the confirmation about the Three-Eyed Tribe and Puddin's role when it comes to Big Mom and the voice of all things. And number 3 pretty much tells us Luffy is pretty much dead set on keeping his promises. So let's start off with the first one. The first one, we get to the treasure room where Big Mom and Brook are in. And yes, Brook lost. And I know some people are a little upset about that. I'm not, because let's be honest. Despite what soul manipulation or influence Brook might have with his devil fruit ability, it was not on the same level as Big Mom, and he would not have been able to at least defeat Big Mom. Even if you took her soul fruit out of the equation, she's still one of the strongest characters in the entire verse. She's still immensely more powerful than Brook. She has Haki as well, so Brook will have not stood a chance. And I'm kind of glad Oda didn't show us Brook getting his ass beat, because that's what it would have been. It would have just been Brook getting beaten up. You guys want to see Brook get beat up? No, we want to see Brook shine in this arc, not to see him get bodied, you know. we already got enough of that with Sanji right now. But back to the serious topic. We learned that Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon, the bicorn have Big Mom wears, all have pieces of her soul inside of them. So they're on a completely different level when it comes to soul, on a soulier level, which doesn't make sense, I just made up that word, than the rest of the homies. And Big Mom just there petting Brook like he's a fucking chia pet. It's hilarious, dude. I feel sad for Brook too, because he got stripped down naked and he's being caressed and just humiliated by Big Mom. But hey, at least he's still alive for now. She doesn't want to kill him. You know, that's the whole point of this. And she mentioned that she doesn't want to make the same mistake she did with Roger back in the day. So this is big because it confirms that Big Mom had the road poneglyph during Roger's era, and that Big Mom at least was around, or at least she was a notable pirate. I don't know if she was an emperor back then, but she was at least was a notable pirate during Roger's era. So that is big right there. And Roger used the voice of all things to decipher the poneglyph. And this is something that Rady confirmed to us. He said that they were not able to read the poneglyph, but Roger was able to understand it via the voice of all things. So that right there is interesting. Now I do want to mention, some people have been saying that this kind of dilutes Robin's importance to the story. It does not, because there's a difference between understanding something and reading it. It's like if someone told you the story to, like, I don't know, Harry Potter, you would understand the story, you would understand what happened, but it's a difference between reading it, like getting down and reading the book. You have a completely different experience. And I think that's what Rayleigh meant when he said that they would come to a different conclusion than they would once they've got all the information about the ancient history. Because Robin being able to read and decipher the poneglyph because she can read the language, it's going to be different for them because her experience, her understanding of it is probably going to be a different interpretation. So that right there is important to keep in mind. And number 2, this one goes into Puddin and the Three-Eyed Tribe. So Puddin comes into the treasure room, and Big Mom mentioned that she had an ace in the hole, which of course is Puddin, because her third eye is supposed to awaken some sort of true opening, which will allow her apparently to decipher the poneglyph. And we learned that Puddin is a half-breed. She's half three-eyed tribe. I mean, Big Mom did the nasty with a three-eyed guy. Poor guy. Oh man, I don't even want to picture that. Holy shit! Wow. And so this means that Puddin apparently is supposed to awaken her eye in order to decipher the poneglyph. Now, whether it's something she can do or something that she maybe Big Mom might be misinterpreting is all up in the air right now. But this kind of puts into question the role the Three-Eyed Tribe plays in the future, because they're a new race now. Like, I don't know if you guys follow data books, but when Puddin was first shown in the data book, she was unnamed. We didn't know her name back then. She only had that one small panel when during the Fisherman Island arc. But it mentioned that she was an unidentified race or an unidentified species. So, now that we know about the Three-Eyed Tribe or the Three-Eyed race, we definitely have to see one, a full-blooded one in the future. It just doesn't seem like, oh, to introduce this race that can potentially decipher the poneglyphs and not have one of them show up ever again. So, that's going to be fascinating. I don't know where Puddin's role is going to come into. Maybe she will open her eye, like she'll get some sort of third eye awakening, third eye open or some shit during this arc. That's possible. But this really changes like her standing in the arc, where she is manipulating the Straw Hats and to a certain degree Big Mom, but to what goal that is, we don't know yet. But I think this gives us a bigger picture of what that goal may be. The third part is Luffy is running around trying to find Sanji. Reiju pulls him into her room and she tells him that Sanji was there a few minutes ago, but he's not there. He left. He intends to go through the wedding, which I know a few people aren't too happy with, but it makes sense because Sanji is not going to let Reiju die. He's not going to put Zeph's life in danger. No matter what Reiju tells him, if there's still a percentage, if there's still a chance that Zeph's life will be in danger, Sanji's not going to let that happen. He's not going to let Reiju die because she's the only one of his entire siblings who cares for him. So he's going to try to save her. And I hope to God, I think this is the moment where Sanji is going to develop a plan. He's definitely has to think of something now if he wants to get out there with Reiju alive and with Zeph off of anyone's radar right now. So hopefully he develops a plan soon. I think he's in the middle of working on one, but please, Sanji, get a plan. So don't just go in there half-cocked and just try to work things out there when you got Big Mom and the Vince Smokes there at the same place, and Puddin who's there trying to kill you. So yeah, my dude, Sanji. And 3, now that Luffy knows that Sanji quote-unquote wasn't tricked, he was tricked by the way, as long as he knows that Sanji knows that Puddin is double-crossing them, he can just leave. He jumps out the window and Rachel's like, what? He jumps out the window and he's heading back to the promised place, back on the hill where he told Sanji he would wait for him to return. Which, I'm glad Oda went through with that, because I was afraid now that Luffy knew that Puddin was going to kill Sanji, he was going to head straight for Puddin or straight for Big Mom and try to fight them. I'm glad that's not the case here, because one, Luffy is not in any shape possible to fight one of the 4 emperors, and he's not even in like any shape at all to fight anybody right now. He's starving, his stomach is growling, he's wounded. So I'm glad he's going back to the hill to wait for Sanji there, because that's something that we haven't really seen in the arc, where Luffy pretty much takes himself out of the main conflict right now. So this means Sanji is literally on his own. And now you have Pedro, who, by the way, just finished his fight with Baron Tamago, who ate the egg fruit. One of the weirdest devil fruits I've ever seen. Oh, but it turns him from an egg to a chicken. What the hell? It's so crazy. I love it. Now that he's in the mirror world with Carrot, Chopper, and Brule, the mirror world is now going to be the base of operations. It's the only safe zone on the Whole Cake Island where they can escape. And I guarantee that's going to be the way they're going to escape from the island once everything's settled and done. So yeah, so overall, chapter overall was a good chapter. Not anything amazing, not anything like groundbreaking. It was a transition chapter. Now that we're done with this, hopefully we can move on to the wedding in about chapter 2. I think once all the Straw Hats are in the mirror world, not all the Straw Hats, once Nami, Jinbei, Carrot, Chopper, and Pedro are in the mirror world, if they could get in contact with Sanji, then they could come up with a plan. So leave Luffy there at the hill waiting for Sanji. Maybe Jinbei goes there, he gives him a mirror so that if they need to do a quick escape, they just go through the mirror, get Luffy out there, and they haul ass. And if Sanji comes up with a plan in the mirror world, like they can use the mirrors to their advantage. I'm pretty sure there might be some mirrors in the wedding ceremony. So when that happens, so I'm excited to see where things go from now on, and I'm excited to see where this arc is going to progress now, because we're already past the halfway point. So the wedding has to happen. It has to happen now. It's been teased too much. It's been hinted at too much. It's gonna happen. It's been mentioned, been name dropped way too many times for it not to happen. So yeah, overall, this chapter, like I said, good chapter. We got another chapter next week, so let's look forward to that. And let me know what you guys think about this chapter overall, chapter 853. What do you think Sanji's plan is going to be? Do you think they're going to use the mirror world as a means of access to shift in and out of the entire Whole Cake Chateau? And will Luffy keep himself out of the conflict by staying in the hill area away from the wedding ceremony? So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll catch you guys again next time. Keep on keeping on. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at MasterKingJC to stay up to date with what I'm doing, and also to subscribe for more videos. So catch you guys again later. Peace.